Hi, hello. I would like to stand first because I would like you to see my fishtail seaside costume. This is what I look like in Boracay when I go to Boracay. So now, before I start, I would like to sit down and settle myself. You see, so then I could start my vlogging. The weather is not very good, but it's very hot. I can tell you this is why I can wear this, otherwise there's no way I'm gonna wear this in a cold country. But yeah, it's very hot today and very quite cloudy. But I will say first, good morning to everyone. Good morning to my kingdom. Taihawan, Leso, Kalibo, Aklan, Isla de Boracay, because your Queen of Bling Bling is wearing, ready to go to Boracay in the Republic of the Philippines. Hi, hello to my BFF, means nearest, my BFF nearest, family ni Pomoseno, hi Mulin, and to my nearest and dearest family and friend. That's all I can say. Hello everyone. I hope everyone is well and safe. Your Queen of Bling Bling is back today to my own channel, YouTube. You see, but yeah, my blogging always is as you heard from me before, my being industrious, my being love of life. I love life. This is why, I'm back here again. I can't wait to vlog again and show you the art of collecting, our antiquity, but it doesn't happen overnight. It happened decades of hard work, and as I said to you before, Mr. and Mrs. Del Boy, work in the sun and the snow and the rain, you name it, we got all the weather. As you know, winter time, all we can say is, what is the weather like? That's every morning, that's what we ask, what is the weather like? But yeah, because we're industrious, and now your Queen of Bling Bling is happy sitting now with this pandemic and the corona, it become our vaccine. Because every day, when I show it to my husband, I said, oh my God, we still have this in the garage, darling, and I must clean this, they look good. And then it bring my husband as well, kicking. Or he feel like we are in the time of our days before, that we are very busy. We get up in the morning, early hours of the morning, go to the antique, or if it's not buying, selling, that's what we've done. But hey, we were young, we got the energy, we can do it. That's why we've done it. But now, what I would like to start blogging now, like I said to you, be industrious, be creative, think of everyday thing. There's always something to do. Even I would like to blog this. Me and my husband used to say, that's not a bad day. When we sit down in the evening, that's not a bad day. It's a good day. We've executed nicely all the things that we want to do. We've done it. So we sit down and relax and happy to go to sleep. You see, but yeah, that's all we will say every day. Especially my husband. It's not a bad day today, innit? So yeah, I know. So I said, we execute. For me, my terms always executed it nicely and quietly. That's all my saying every day. But yeah, here we go. I will start blogging now with our antiquity / vintage retro, because the reason why I want to do this time is I'd like to dedicate it to my husband, to my brother, and to all the family who love music, because we love music. My father, my God, he will yodel, he will play violin, so it is really in the family. But my husband love to collect is to do with the gramophone, the granddad. I will, darling, start vlogging. The camera, show our granddaddy. We call this granddaddy. A very big, what you call this, darling? Say, darling, you're allowed to speak.
Gramophone.
This is the gramophone. This is the horn. You see, I said now my husband is allowed to speak, so I don't keep saying, I cannot hear you. Yeah, this is a gramophone. This is the horn, a big horn. But they call it in the antique world, or in the old time, is a granddaddy. So my husband has to have it. You see, he loves, when he collect, he loves the granddaddy. And so, have you taken it? This is where you put the record. That is the wind up. You wind it up and it will play. The record will play. And that where you put the needle. You need the needle to put, that is that's the original. Nothing has been tampered. It's not been repainted. That's the old enamel. I have to put this one here, darling. I'll explain to you because the screw is a bit loose, so I have to put a bit of tissue to tighten it. And so I'm been explaining to my husband why is that like that. You know, I have to put the tissue, but then it has to come out again because the way we put them away has to be separated in a good boxes. You see, that's what is happened. Beautiful. You see, it makes my husband so proud that he still have it in this time of corona, in this time of pandemic. We are very busy. You could, if you're near me, you could smell the polish because I have been polishing them because they're a bit dusty. Yeah, and so that's the way to do it. You have to re-oil them again because the wood will be dry, and that's it. Darling, shall we go to this one? This is
That's the oldest one.
That's the oldest one. What do you call this one then?
Epiphone.
Epiphone. And this is Edison American.
Yeah.
This is made in America, Edison. If you heard from another dealer, another antique people, this is made by Edison. It has a name. Oh, I think the name is in front, isn't it, darling? That's the Edison. And this is the cover. And then, this is the record, isn't it? Yeah. This is the record. You undo
phonograph.
That. A phonograph. This is, you put that to the silver one here, and then you wind up. There's a wind up in one side. And then the horn. This is I just put that one as well. I put that up today. You see, you can undone that. You see? And that's the separate horn for you to hear the music. That's it. So now, that's what happened. So then, that was the phonograph. I'm telling you, people, my friend, they are very expensive in the time that we are collecting. But my husband don't want that to let go. He just want to keep it till the rest of his day. He wanted to keep it. But this is Edison. That's his face, isn't it? He is the founder of this. He's the one that make music. I told you, the English people are very creative. They are very industrious. They love to do things. But this is the start of the CD now as well, isn't it? After, what is, darling, after this? What is
cassette.
After this? Yeah, the cassette, the jukebox that we have, the records, they are the starter of the music. And in the 1920s, I think early Edwardian as well, they already produced, isn't it, darling? They produced that big cyclophone. That's what I like, but it's too big. I did not have that. But I'm happy for this one because you can fold them, you can put them away, and you can keep them, you know, in the garage or wherever you want to keep. But as long as it's always been oiled, because otherwise that go up like that. You see, isn't it, darling?
Yeah.
They go up, and you put that one there inside.
Put a cylinder in.
You put the cylinder there. And then it will play as long as you wind it up. So that's it. But that is the technology before, you see. But up to from the 1920 up to the 60s, they still wanted it. They still, because as like I said, fashion come and go. Whatever trend at the moment, if they like the old one, if they like the modern one. At the moment, we are watching Father Brown, and I'm so happy to see some of the stuff that I have is in the drama, and that's it. So that's why I don't know. Today I look like tropical anyway. I just wanted to look like I'm in the summertime, and that's what I do. But what I'm wearing today, darling, focus. This is very vintage. Again, this is Friends Connection. You see, it's like I feel like I'm Carmen Miranda. Parading in the beach. That's it, if you heard about Carmen Miranda. And so have we finished now to that one, because I have another to blog later on to show to them that another old gramophone. But this one, I'm going now to my always love, that I said I'm gonna have a museum in Taiwan, my kingdom there. The dolls, porcelain. Again, I said, like I said, until I have the doll, I will put them in the table because I just want you to see what dolls I have in case my dream will not come true. But if they don't come true, then you can always watch the video, what I put in the video. This little boy is not English. You could tell of his costume. What they called here, if it is not made in England, it's continental. It's outside England. It's in Europe. I don't know. It could be Hungarian. It could be Polish. It could be, you know, continental. They call it continental. The same with the girl. As you see, her dresses is so different as well. The little girl, beautiful, beautiful porcelain. But she looks so different. She looked like it could be Francais. Could be Mademoiselle Francais, because the way she dressed up, look, is fringy and full of a very nice little thing, and her face. That's our dog. He just want to join in as well. Again, like I said, could be the postman right there. Sina! That's it, you're in now. Anyway, now I finished with the doll, darling. I have to go to now to my costume jewelry, my fantasy, my love. They are 1960 wedding necklaces. From the 1960, this is what they wear. If you remember the hippie hippie time, I will sit down. If you remember the hippie hippie time, they like to get married different. You know, the flower power, to do with the, I think in LA as well, they do what they call in LA, darling, San Francisco peace, you know, the peace of love. And yeah, so but I'm talking to my costume jewelry. As you could imagine, this is worn when they're getting married because they'd like to elope, they want to get married without the parents knowing it, so they just produce their own jewelry. And this is, I'm saying to you, this yellow is so beautiful. So beautiful that, but I will tell you, this is not a glass. This is the beginning of the plastic fantastic in the 60s, as you could see. But the way they do it, insert to the lucite, we call it now in the terms of plastic is lucite, insert the feather inside. So as you could see, flower power, feather, that's the costume that they do. And but this one is glass, this one, the beads are glass. But you see those flower power, the boho, they call it boho at the time, bohemian. But this one is a long one again, because they're still using fluffer in the 60s. But if you could look at it, they are all inset with stockings, you know, like a nylon. You don't do it now. They are knotted in nylon. You see, if you can imagine, nobody do that now. And this the same thing, fluffer again, but look, they are all knotted in nylon. And you could do now one by one. Look, that one, darling, is beautiful. You see, you could see the flower. The flower power is there, but again, knotted in nylon and nylon stockings. You see, they don't do that now. But in my keeping, I always look after them. They all have a precious place in my drawer. They wrap them individually so they won't be damaged. I always check them once in a while, freshen them up. So because when they old, you get sometime moth and it can damage the items. You see, like I said to you, I'm a true collector. I just love to have them. I just love to imagine the time that they are using it. You see, that's the value of that you can remember the people, they are happy, the time then in the 60s, the boogaloo in the 70s. So that's it. They're lucky to have the wedding like that. And that one is beautiful as well. As you could see, every ribbon, pink, and that one again is like I said, they call that harvest in the term of jewelry. But yeah, so I think I have blagged now all my wedding costume jewelry, the love of my life. That's very important to me. And I'm gonna sit down to say yes, just to all my nieces, to all my family, be creative. Don't sit down because you are strong. You are young. You can create anything. The world is with you. The world is our oyster. It's up to us to develop things what we want. But yeah, I am happy for people because I am a very enterprising woman. This is what the reason I have. Me and my husband had in common. I love song. I love music. My husband the same thing. As I said to you, he plays saxophone. He plays guitar. What more could I ask? I don't want Kevin Costner. I don't want Robin Hood. I married Del Boy. And that's why I'm content. I'm very content. But I'm not forget, darling, my bag. This is my bag. This is from the 60s. Again, with all that beads. 60s to the 80s, they're making this. You see? So, it's whatever. I'm spoiled for choice what I want to wear. So that's it. You can wear this winter. You can wear this summer as well. But then there's another one. Look. I love that one. She's a very famous designer in the 60s to the 80s. You see, but I don't want to say the name. But look, if you can imagine, very pristine. I always look after them. If I could not use them, I don't want to use them. I just want to look at them, how they made, how quality they are, and I own them. That's the most important thing. I own it. When you're a collector, you must own it and is proud to own it and look after them. Anyway, in this corona pandemic, please, all my BFF, all my family, please take good care and look after yourself, love one another. You see, that's all we can do. Let's think that the world should have fair and share, but it doesn't happen that way. It should come from our own self now. It's individual. And stay safe, stay tuned. I love you all.